some repairs in my kitchen, so you will listen to a little bit of noise, but this is from my audio, That's right. We are live on the YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Thank you for coming. This is Talking Talk. This is a platform conversation. It's not an English class. I'm not a teacher. I am a student as you. And we are here to improve our accent, improve our vocabulary, and unlock our English potential. Today, we going to talk about cybersecurity and online privacy in the workplace. My name is Luis Eduardo Bastos. I'm from Rio. I have 52. I'm a senior marketing professional, and this subject is, I think, is important to all of us. So here we go. Luisi, ladies first, for sure. Can you read the question number one and answer for us,
Yes,
please?
yes, of course. So, number one, what do you consider to be the biggest cybersecurity threats in today's workplace? Um, Actually, I don't know much about this subject. I have to admit it. I never really studied this at college yet, but I think it depends on the workplace. We have lots of fintechs nowadays, right? Like which is banks with just online tools. So I think we need to think of in security when we are talking about data, especially personal data. I was like doing an interview for a national bank last week, and the case of the process to enter this internship was talking about cybersecurity in banks, in fintechs. It's very important. I don't know how to actually do it. Maybe I will know in the future. But personal data is very important. It's, I guess, a biggest threat in this subject may be it, because it's so personal and it's very complicated when we have weakness in these firewalls and stuff. That's it. That's what I think.
Thanks for
It's not much.
sharing. Thanks for sharing. It's important to talk about you. You will enter in a space, in an environment that this subject will be more frequently on your life.
Yes, probably.
Nowadays we have a lot of doors that are open in our computer, and it is important to know how to handle it. How about you, Pedro? What's your answer? What are you thinking about it?
So I'm not a specialist in this subject too, but Luis said something like I agree, like the leak some personal and sensitive data, because nowadays we share a lot of information of us, and we don't know how the enterprise will use that. I remember I worked like a little bit, I think just 2 weeks in enterprise, and the one of the products is one of the services is like sales data, but after that and before that, like we put your data here, but you don't read like the terms, like uh, what for do you put this data, and the enterprise sells the data for other people like to prospect them. So I think it's the biggest problem is nowadays, like the data. When we talk like about the banking and fintech things, it's more sensitive because we, with a few informations, we can buy a lot of things, and can be a real problem.
Great. I'm not an expert too, but when I come to enter in this subject to optimization the website of the company, and I start to reading articles. When you are optimization, you are looking at the screen and you see the text, and you come to understand how it works. And did you remember a few years ago on social media when they created an app that can change your face for you to see when you will stay when you're getting older? Did you remember that? You
Yes.
put your face, enter. If you read all the permissions of this app, you will never assign them. What's the role of the internet? If it's free, the product is you, your data, your personal data. What are your habits, consumer habits? What place do you go? Why this is important? Because today the advertisements are going to a direct point. They deliver to you what you use, what you consume. Because we have a lot of cookies, a lot of what the name of the script that you put in the Facebook, I forgot now, but you can see if you search something, after that you will receive a lot of things on your screen about this subject. Okay, for people that just enter in your computer at home, that's okay. But when you are in an environment work, because one thing is your personal data, the other thing is the company data. I met some cybersecurity, especially I met one cybersecurity specialist in a children's party, and we started talking about, oh, I made an optimization for that company. Oh, really? I'm working there. I thought, oh my God, it's terrible. They say it's incredible because you go to a big company to make a consultants about cybersecurity. When you see the users on the office, all of them are with WhatsApp open on the desktop. This is a door that we have to close. This door don't have to stay open because the data of the company could be accessible by this door. It's a real crazy thing because all of us, I think, are working remotely, and sometimes you receive a computer from the company, and sometimes you use your own computer, and it's difficult to managing that. Important to stay done on these things. This is my point of view about a big screen of the situation. Yeah, it's really hard. Come on, Pedro, enjoy the party. Read the question number 2 and answer for us.
Uh, how was your awareness for online privacy since you start working? Like, actually, I'm not working for any company, but I have just two different like types of jobs, and I saw in these jobs like different point of view. Like when I was working for agents, like I am a designer, and I first, like you said about the stay the WhatsApp open, I had a computer for working, and the start I like yes, I am working. I will use this computer, but for my personal use, I use the other computer. But in the real life, I'm not. I don't have a big table for work, so past that time, like I just use the computer or computer, work computer, because in the enterprise we don't have like I know have some enterprise that have like people who can see like what you view in the your computer and the things like that, like just scanning you, like I know I really like news like the have some people like I don't know how to say burlar, but the some laws that you cannot stay or mouse don't move. So they use a program like the mouse is just moving like all the time, but the people don't do anything. And the enterprise knew about that, and this employer is like, sorry, but I worked in city hall too, like in the beginning of the year, and I saw a very conservatory environment, and I remember like the counts of the city hall, like the Instagram and the other social media, like so much people have access about that, and I remember have some day like we got a new follower from the the username of the city hall, and it is about like following other uh, a social profile, like share like the the news, but like the I don't know how to say fofocas in English, but just that, and they use that to say like, oh, the city hall don't have like the content to share, so we have to follow us to have this content. And when we have a lot of problems because we can't know how who does that, because like everyone have access about that, and when we saw the history we can't find that, and it was a very big problem.
Something similar, Luigi.
Yeah, not exactly similar, but I have a story working with social media. I used to manage like 3 or 4 profiles, different profiles for my clients, and my own profile too. I'm a very low profile person. I never like post photos or stories, but I was like a carnival, I don't know, at a party. I know I was like kind of drunk. I don't really drink really much. I was like kind of drunk, and I posted a story on a company profile, which was my mom's clinic. And I saw like 2 hours, 2 hours before people started commenting. It is common in social media
I
manager
know,
work.
I know.
We saw the story about the girls. I guess it's from Stone Company.
Yeah, the carnival,
She
yeah.
posted, and I did it exactly like her. I posted a party story on my mom's company. It was kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. She never saw it. I never told her because she don't enter the Instagram. She don't know yet. I don't know if she's watching us right now, but it was a story about privacy, about security. I don't know. I'm a very I don't like I don't know how to say in English, but I'm very desconfiada about internet. So I'm always cleaning my cache. I'm always changing my passwords, especially in Nubank and fintechs, whatever. So I don't have this problem. I never been hacked or something like that. Just because I always like changing my passwords. And I have a personal computer too. For work, it's another one. So it is easier to separate personal and working things.
Great. There's a rule that they advised you change your password by for 3 months. After 3 months, you have to change your password. It's uh, a security way to stay safe. Uh, I never having hacked too, but I'm stay tuned about that because, for example, nowadays I use my own computer to enter in the CMS of the company that sell things on the web. Responsibility to handle that. Then I use a VPN to make my connection, and my internet is unstable. It's okay.
It's stable right now,
It's stable. Well,
but you froze for a minute.
I read a message here. And I'm stay update with my software. I use Windows or I use Mac. Try to stay safe here.
Luis froze for me.
For me too.
I'm back.
Yes.
Yes, I'm back.
Yes.
We have a good internet connection here, but sometimes my wife is in a meeting and I am in a meeting too. And you have to share the band, and it could happen. And there's a period that I worked for an agency that they give me a computer. Sometimes, as Pedro said, you avoid to do your personal things there because the company's a notebook. And I try to don't use that for personal. But there is a time that I was working and I see a program with a little pop-up on the right side, on the right side of my screen, and I can read the name. And what's up? It disappears. It's just for 1 second, but I can see the name of the script. And I'm looking for that on the computer, and I don't found. And I enter in the internet and looking for the name. It was a spy, but not a spy, an external spy. It's an internal spy that they put to see what are you doing. And I don't feel too much comfortable about that, but that's okay. It's part of the game when you work in home office, as home office. I know that this exists, but I know that this exists, but I never saw that. When this is my first company, I say, oh, come on, you are tracking what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm not a kid. Uh, that's right, but it cut uh, about the trust and the confidence about our jobs relation. I don't feel more comfortable after 3 or 4 months. I coming out and say, hey guys, thank you. I'm going out. It's
It's
my experience.
unprofessional, right? I think it's unprofessional, this type of things.
Yeah, I can understand a little bit about it because you work with a lot of peoples around all over the Brazil. We are like a continent, and you have people that abuse about that. Oh, I need home, and so I can go to the supermarket, I go to the drugstore, I go to make my gym, and stay my computer open. It's like that I'm here. I know it's possible, but the feeling, I don't know how can express this kind of feeling in English. I think I'm disappointed. This is the right feeling. I was disappointed about that, but the rule is for everyone. It depends of your senior level, or if you're a junior or if you're an intern, that's okay. But this was my first experience about that.
I once worked in a company which has like a software which can see in which document you are and how many hours, how much time you spent actually doing the work. I forgot the name, but it's normal in the intern jobs for people like monitoring in which document you are, how many times you spent. But I think watching you like in a spy way, it's kind of creepy. Kind of
Yeah,
creepy. I don't know if
yeah,
it's healthy for the company because you have to hire a guy to watch to see if
yeah.
you.
It's not to watch. I think it's just to record your screen and
Yes,
see
yes.
what you're doing, and this is spy for sure. But uh, this will don't turn it back. Uh, this is the new world. Everyone's working remotely, and the companies need to know if the people are really working. They are on the beach. When I was young, I can make some things like that. Oh, I can go to the beach and come back in a few hours. We have no problem. But
Which
uh,
is fair. If you work, if you're doing your work, you can have some beach time. It's not a
I
problem.
remember when I was in the university, make my degree. My first year, we don't talk about years in university. We talking about virus. At the first 6 months, we have 10 materials. I don't know, 10 subjects to study, and I just passed me two because I didn't come to the university. I wake up early, go to the university, meet my friends, and go to the beach. But because it was not my money that was paying the billing. This is my mother and my
I know
father
exactly what you're
money.
saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
I,
When I was
when I,
17.
yeah, when
Sorry.
I starting to pay my university, this kind of thing never coming again. I remember my first job, a real first job, a great job. I entered in a real big company, and I say, "Mom, I will give it back to you the car that you buy to me. I will sell them and give you the money because the company gave me a car, and I will start to pay my degree. It's a turnkey in my life again. You know. And I started to study at night, and I go to the university at night. And then the thing is moving fast. The course is like is to finish in 4 years. I could make medicine. I finished that with 6 years. Yeah,
No, I see
19.
myself in you because I'm studying for the past 10 years. I
Mm.
I have 2 degrees and I'm starting another one. So I studying for the past decade.
Yes,
And I like
but
it. I like it.
it's important, to see how the things. I have an example in my house. I have a cousin. I'm just the only son, and my cousin just the only son. When we was a child, she was the super child. Great grades on the school, the first on the class, amazing. That's right. The time is coming, I'm starting to work. She made some contests, public contests, and didn't pass, and feel comfortable when she passes in. You don't have to have a degree to pass. It's an intermediate level, when you have just the college. She passed. Oh, it's okay for me. That's right. I don't really care about that. I will stay there. And she stayed there for since 20 years, like nowadays. Incredible, incredible. She makes some contest for judge or promoter. I don't know if promoter is promoter in English, but she didn't pass. Uh, And I worked for a multinational company, international company, moving from São Paulo, open my own business, come back to Rio, and moving my life. And she's still there. That's the life. Yeah, I was traveling. When she was studying, I was traveling, I was going out to uh, go to the beach. Even. Let's go. What measures do you take to protect sensitive information when you work remotely? Using a VPN for sure. I use when I was handle important data. No, when I was just handle superficial things, just navigating on the web to see the competitors, to see how this company performs in Google, or looking for some keywords that they are ranking. Uh, when I start to handle sensitive data, I use a yeah. This is my choice. And you, Luigi.
I don't know if it's just for me, but I can hear you well.
No,
Your
what happened?
volume
My mic.
actually
Let me see that I will put up my volume. That's
better.
Yes,
better.
that's
It's
better.
better.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I guess it's same as you. I do the basics. I use like strong passwords. Um, the I forgot two-factor authentication. I guess is the name. And when I'm working with personal data or personal content, I used to work with personal like photos of bodies. So I used to limit data sharing in general to try not to let people see what I'm doing. I just worked from home, like not in a library at college or a cafe, for example, when I'm doing like when I managing personal things. So that's it, just the basics. For me, the antivirals, it's kind of obsolete. I never use it.
really? I
Yes,
pay for that. I pay
yes, I
for
never
that.
use.
Yes, I really pay for that because I take care about it. It's important to me. And you, Pedro?
So I'm not a real good example for this because all my password is the same. I don't use my VPNs or things like that. But I really think it's really important because we talk about some data like I know have some things like it's more easier like when you got your email in the some I don't know how to say funil de vendas and you got to receive all emails for so much enterprise you don't know where when you cadastrate your emails and things like that. But I think it's very important, and the tip like the change the passwords like three every 3 months is a real good one, and I think I will try that. Even like change a little bit, not too much, because my memory should to remember all this. The password is not the best, I think.
When Louise is talking about photos, I remember about a friend that she's a professional photographer, makes professional photos, and she have a website, and it's impossible to copy the photos of the website. They use a platform that's called the Format. Format is for people that handle and working with images. An amazing website I will share for you to see the kind of photos that I'm talking about. Yeah. See, I never heard about this platform, but it's interesting because you can make your photos more security for a professional way, interesting. And she has amazing photos all around the world. When I have to go to other country, I always making a call and ask for Vivi. What's the best way to to arrive there? She works for in the past. It's not only our for your age. In the past, we have encyclopedias, that you can consult and put photos there, and you are making stuff. You have to go to the library and catch an encyclopedia. And she's working for a encyclopedia, and the encyclopedists talk with her. I need a photo from Vietnam. I need to put some images there. Can you do that for me? Yes. And they travel to Vietnam, take some photos, and come back and give the photos, and we save a good amount of money for that. Incredible things. The world just changed. It don't happen anymore because we don't use more encyclopedias, this is why she had some amazing photo. Some ones that it's closest to the clients. This is one open photo that she puts on the web. The time is changed.
It's a dream job. Oh my gosh.
Best
Yes,
job in
it's
the world.
the best job in the world. I remember when she was 16, she moves to Australia to make it. How can I say intercambio? Exchange would
Exchange.
be an exchange. Yes. And come back to Brazil in the final of the year, and come back to Australia and stay there for 15 years.
Wow.
In Australia, she studied photography there. She's is so it's so crazy, And there's a period that say, Louis, this country have a problem, and they don't want talking about that. And why? What the problem do they have in Australia? Tell me. They don't talk about the kills of the Aborigines. It's you can't enter in this subject in any way. The
Why?
government, the peoples don't talking about because they killed all the aborigines. The Englands killed all the aborigines. They having a really bad vibe about that. And you can see there they have animals, mortal animals that have only there. And she's moving out from Australia. How about that? And change Melbourne for Toronto. Enter in Toronto and go all the line to be a Canadian person. Nowadays, she is Australian, Canadian, and Brazilian.
Nice. She lived
And
well.
after a few months, oh no, I can't stay here one time. Oh, why? It's really, really cold. I'm staying
Yes,
with,
it is.
it's something about under 30 degrees, when winters come, I stay alone in the house. It's not good for my mind. She stayed there for something about 10 years with another great job. Photographer for an Airbnb, amazing mansions to people rent, official photographer for an Airbnb. Have some photos in the tour in the interior house there about some house that they made the photos. And come back to Brazil.
Nice.
Yes, I
The
think it's
line.
incredible, really incredible.
Incredible.
Talking
Incredible.
about the images and some things like that, I generate images in Media Journey, but I'm not interested, I don't know how I can make money with that. But I just share in my Instagram like these images, and the Mid Journey, my plan just is a public mode, so everyone can access my photos. Like if we search like the correct prompt that I make that, and I receive a curious proposal like to buy my photos and to make NFTs. But when I saw that, I don't know how to say, fiquei com uma pulga atrás da orelha. English, maybe have a expression for that. But I'm not go away with this proposal. But I think it's very important, like when we have image, like how we can protect that. I saw like some other websites to make your portfolio, and you can access, you can download the photos like easy, and if a a bad person can have a mindset like I will use this photo like by myself, like I took this photo but not take the credits for the artist. It's a real good thing like to think about too, because like it's an image like for anyone can download that sometimes. Like this site, I don't know how to works that, but yes, it's interesting.
Yes,
Maybe watermarks can be a trick. Like,
yes, but it's not a good visual. I think this kind of tool, like format, this platform can help you
yeah,
with
maybe.
that because she can share your image with no watermark. And I don't know if it's impossible to copy that images, but it's really difficult. For sure, you can make a print screen. I don't know if it's possible. I think so, if I made a print screen, but it's a way for your photos. You have to navigate on the platform and see how it works. Uh, Probably you can use your portfolio with this platform, the interest platform, for people who handle images and things like that. Guys, that's it. Let's see. Let's choose one other question that you see that is interesting. Choose one of them, Luigi, please. We have just 10 minutes more.
Number 6, actually, I don't have an answer for that, but can you describe a situation where you faced a potential security risk at work and how you handle it? Um, I don't know a situation in work, but I was thinking about that because last year I was in debt. I was like in debt in a bank. So when you are in debt here in Brazil, you receive lots of calls of random numbers, random numbers. You can have like real in debt on Itaú, I don't know, that people keep calling you, calling you, calling you. So I live near Santa Efigênia, which is a neighborhood uh,
Mm-hmm.
that has electronic focus and something. And I was like looking for, I don't know, anything. And I was walking by the street and I saw this guy selling a CD or a pen drive with personal numbers, phone numbers of people in debt. So they sell this personal information on the street. I just remember that because it's like it's ridiculous. It's terrible because people are selling our numbers just because we earn money.
Yes. Did you heard about Santa Efigênia, Pedro, or went there? I ever went there in the past. Did you heard about or went there?
In Belo Horizonte has a neighborhood called this name too, but I don't know in the São Paulo how it works.
It's incredible. If you wanna buy a mother, you will find it in
Yes.
Santa Efigênia. That's incredible. That's incredible. Uh, when I was when I had an e-commerce, mm, I'm fighting with this kind of products because I'm selling info products like printers, notebooks, screens, and people's coming there and buy it with the half of price. But all of them are not original, you know. You don't have any guarantee about that. If you buy a notebook with Dell, for example, you will have 3 years of guarantee. And when you buy electronic there, you don't have no guarantee about that. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And that is incredible. My mom receives a lot of calls all the day because she's retired. You know, people want to sell money for retired. And well, some they are calling to me, say they are saying that they was from the bank. No, no, the bank will never calling you. They will never making a phone call for you. Remember that. But always when I talk with her, she talk about what are we saving a call? That's okay. It's the wrong. 5 minutes, something to share, Pedro?
Like datas and platforms like to know about this context. I had a recent like the pre-interviews like to digital products like it works like that. Someone like is more famous. I don't know if you heard about Speedy.io, but it's a CRM like with a lot of functions, and the one of these functions is like a database like the what is your 50 client do you want to prospect. So in this case, like it's interesting because we had like some bots and the others uh, tools to check like this number is real, like it's the updated numbers. But it's a real incredible like sell like no data list about things. I know the immobile persons, the agents like work with that. they had a lot of data and lists in this case because it's difficult like sell a immobile and they know how who wants to buy he wants this perspective. So like we have to make it a lot of we have to have a lot of contacts and try number by number and after with the big luck you find your the people who want to buy some immobile and things like that.
I remember last week my wife was putting a credit in a phone that we have here in our house for our daughter. And after she puts the credit there with your credit card, they start to receive message from your bank, real message from your bank. They are trying to use your credit card to buy a trip. And yeah, they are trying to use your credit card to buy a lot of transactions, tentatives. And you think, how I just put the number of my credit card here, but why you don't use the random number, the virtual number? Use the virtual number. Don't put the real number there. It's important to use that. You have to stay tuned about it. It's really hard. Real pleasure to come here to talk with all of you. Thank you very much, Luis and Pedro, to come here and talking about this subject. It's a real pleasure. And you will receive a survey on your email for sure and answer that. It's important for us. And I hope you enjoy this conversation. I try to bring some subjects that are aligned with our situation, and I hope you enjoy it.
I always learn something new with your subjects. Always
You
leave with
miss
something.
you missed the last one. I have 2 days. One is today, and the other one, oh, I forgot how is terça-feira at 2 p.m. I was talking about social media, but
Oh,
I was talking about social media and how is your position on social media to handle your image,
nice. I will miss
Great.
the next one.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much. You are free, Pedro? No.
No, just heard.
Just paying attention. That's it, guys. Thank you very much
Thank you, guys.
and see you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.